Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Kashif. I'm from Pakistan, and I will be reciting the English translation of the Holy Quran. The translation is by Shaykh-ul-Islam Dr. Muhammad Tahir-ul-Qadri sahib. So thank you to him. May Allah bless him with high ranks. Continue to bless him with high ranks. The English translation is called Irfan-ul-Quran, which is by Minhajul-Quran Publications. I will be reciting part 12, part 1 to 11 of English is already available on my Facebook profile, as well as on the YouTube channel. The description of which is, the link of which is in the description below. So we'll start with part 12. Surah Hud continues on to part 12, which started at the end of part 11. Hud, verse 6. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. In the name of Allah, most compassionate, ever merciful. And there is no moving creature, living being on the earth, but its sustenance is upon Allah, and He knows its resting place and the place where it is to be entrusted. Everything is in the enlightening book, and He, Allah, is the one who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, and His throne of authority operated on water, so that He put you to trial. I'll repeat that verse once again. Apologies. I'll start from the beginning. And there is no moving creature on the earth, but its sustenance is upon Allah, and He knows its resting place and the place where it is to be entrusted. Everything is in the enlightening book, and He, Allah, is the one who created the heavens and the earth in 6 days, and His throne of authority operated on water, so that He put you to trial to evaluate which of you would be best in action. And if you say, you will be raised after death, the disbeliever will certainly say, there is nothing else but an obvious magic. And if we defer their torment for a few fixed days, they will definitely say, what was held it back? And if we defer their torment for a few fixed days, they will definitely say, what has held it back? Beware, the day when that torment comes upon them, that will not be averted from them, and that which they used to make fun of will beset them. And if we make man taste mercy from us, then withdraw it from him, he becomes highly disappointed and ungrateful. And if we make him taste some favor after the suffering that afflicted him, then he is sure to say, gone are all my troubles. Surely he becomes most exultant and boastful, except for those who remain steadfast and continue doing pious deeds. For them is forgiveness and great reward. How may it be that you omit a portion of what has been revealed to you, and that your sanctified breast feels straitened by the idea that the disbelievers say, why has any treasure not been sent down to him? Or why has any angel not come with him? You are but a warner, and Allah is a guardian over everything. Do the disbelievers say, the messenger has fabricated this himself? Say, bring then 10 forged chapters like this, and call to your help whom you can, except Allah, if you are truthful. O Muslims, so if they do not accept your challenge, then firmly believe that the Quran has been revealed with Allah's knowledge, and that there is no other God but He. So will you stick to Islam? Those who lust after the worldly life only with its beauty and embellishment, we pay them back in full for their works here in this world, but their worldly recompense is not diminished in the least. They are the people for whom there is no share in the hereafter except the fire of hell. And as for the reward in the hereafter, all the works they did in the world have come to nothing, and all that they used to do is null and void. He who holds fast to a clear proof from his Lord and a testimony, the Quran too, has come from his Lord for his strength and support, and prior to that the book of Moses alayhi salam, the Torah, a guide and a mercy too had come. So it is they who believe in it, the Quran. Can such a person be equal to the one who denies the Quran from amongst the disbelieving sects, whilst his abode is the fire of hell? So, O listener, be not in any doubt about it. Surely, this Quran is the truth from your Lord, but most people do not believe. And who can be a greater wrongdoer than the one who fabricates a lie against Allah? Such people will be brought before their Lord, and the witnesses will say, these are the ones who foisted a lie upon their Lord. Know that Allah's curse is upon the wrongdoers, those who hinder others from the path of Allah and look for crookedness in it, and it is they who deny the hereafter. They have no capability at all to frustrate Allah on earth, nor are there any helpers for them apart from Allah. The torment will be doubled for them, because they had neither courage to hear the truth nor vision to see it. It is they who ruined their souls, and the lies they used to invent are all gone from them. This is absolutely true, that it is certainly they who will be the greatest losers in the hereafter. Verily, those who believe and persist in pious works and humble themselves before their Lord, it is they who are the people of paradise. They will live there forever. The example of the two parties, the disbelievers and the believers, is like the blind and the deaf versus the seeing and the hearing. Are both cases equal? Will you not take advice then? And surely we sent Noah alayhi salam to his people. He said to them, I am raised and appointed as a plain warner to you, that you worship none but Allah. Indeed, I fear the torment of a grievous day coming upon you. So the disbelieving chiefs and nobles of his people said, you appear to us but a human like ourselves, and we have not seen any honorable person following you, except the most inferior and lowest of our society, having superficial opinion, who have become your followers without using discretion. Nor do we find in you any merit and superiority over us. Instead, we consider you to be liars. Noah alayhi salam said, O my people, what is your view? If I stick to a clear proof from my Lord, and he has also granted me his exceptional mercy from himself, but that Noah alayhi salam said, O my people, what is your view? If I stick to a clear proof from my Lord, and he has also granted me his exceptional mercy from himself, but that has been veiled from you, like the blind, can we force it upon you coercively, whilst you despise it? And O my people, I do not also demand from you any wealth for promoting and preaching this message. My reward is only upon Allah. Nor shall I drive away these poor and backward people who have accepted faith. Surely they are those who will be blessed with meeting with their Lord. And truly I find you an ignorant people. And O my people, if I drive them away, then who will come to my help? From Allah. Do you not reflect? And I do not say this to you, I have treasures of Allah, nor do I know of the unseen on my own, nor do I say I am an angel, nor do I say pertaining to those who are inferior in your eyes, Allah will not award them any good at all. Allah knows best what is in their hearts. Surely I shall be amongst the wrongdoers the same moment. They said, Noah, alayhi salam, indeed, you have disputed with us and disputed much. So now, bring upon us that torment which you promise us, if you are truthful. Noah alayhi salam said, Allah alone will bring upon you that torment, if he so wills, and you cannot hinder. And even if I resolve to counsel you, my counsel too will not benefit you if Allah wills to lead you astray. He is your Lord, and you will be returned to Him alone. O glorious Messenger, do they say, the Messenger has fabricated this Quran himself? Say, if I have fabricated it, then I shall have to bear my sin, and I am free of the sin that you are perpetrating. And it was revealed to Noah, none of your people will believe except those who have believed. So you should not grieve over their activities, and build an ark before our eyes in compliance with our instructions, and do not converse with me about anything pertaining to the wrongdoers. They will surely be drowned. And Noah a.s. set himself to building the ark, and whenever the chiefs of his people passed by him, they would scoff at him. Noah would say in reply, if you are mocking us today, we shall also mock you tomorrow, as you are mocking us. So you will soon learn upon whom the torment comes. That will humiliate him, and the eternal torment befalls in the hereafter too. Until when our command came and the oven started gushing, we said, place aboard the ark a pair of animals of every species, and your family, except those against whom the command has already gone forth, and whoever has believed, and except a few, none had believed with him. Noah a.s. said, get into the ark in the name of Allah, it will sail and anchor. Surely, my Lord is most forgiving, ever merciful. And the ark kept sailing, carrying them through violent waves, towering like mountains. Then Noah a.s. called out to his son, who had separated from him, O my son, get aboard with us, and do not stay with the disbelievers. He said, I shall just now take shelter in some mountain. That will save me from the deluge. Noah a.s. said, none can save today from Allah's punishment except someone to whom He shows His mercy. In the meanwhile, a violent wave came between both father and son, so he was one of the drowned. It was commanded, O earth, swallow up your water, and O sky, cease pouring. And the water was dried, and the command was executed, and the ark came to rest on Mount Al-Judi. I'll repeat that verse again. It was commanded, O earth, swallow up your water, and O sky, cease pouring. And the water was dried, and the command was executed, and the ark came to rest on Mount Al-Judi. And it was said, far away are the unjust. And Noah a.s. called out to his Lord and submitted, O my Lord, indeed my son was a part of my family, and certainly your promise is true, and you are the greatest of all rulers. Allah said, O Noah a.s. indeed, he is not included in your family because his actions were not righteous. So do not ask me a question of which you have no knowledge. I admonish you, lest you should become amongst the unwise. Noah a.s. submitted, O my Lord, I seek refuge with you from asking you that of which I have no knowledge. And if you forgive me not and bestow not mercy on me, I shall be of the losers. He was commanded, O Noah, get down from the ark with peace and blessings from us on you, and on the kingdoms, classes, and species that are with you. And there will also be classes and species in the future again, whom we shall provide with worldly favors. I'll repeat that verse again, fumbled there. He was commanded, O Noah, get down from the ark with peace and blessings from us on you, and on the kingdoms, classes, and species that are with you. And there will also be classes and species in the future again, whom we shall provide with the worldly favors. Then a painful torment will come upon them from us. This narration is of the accounts of the unseen that we reveal to you. Neither you nor your people knew them before this. So observe patience. Surely it is the God-fearing with whom it ends well. And to the people of Ad, we sent their kinship brother Hud a.s. He said, O my people, worship Allah. You have no God other than Him. You merely invent a lie against Allah of having a partner. O my people, I do not demand of you any recompense for this promotion and preaching of the message. My reward is a bountiful obligation upon him who has created me. Do you not apply your mind? And O people, seek forgiveness of your Lord for your sins. Then turn towards him with true hearts. He will send upon you copious rain from the sky and will add strength to your strength. So do not turn away from him, becoming sinners. They said, O Hud, you have not brought us any clear proof. Neither are we going to forsake our gods at your behest, nor are we to believe in you. We can say nothing except that one of our gods has afflicted you with mental disorder. Hud alayhi salam said, Indeed, I call Allah to witness, and you too bear witness, that I have no concern with those whom you associate as partners with Allah, except for him. Join in to hatch some plot against me, all of you. Then grant me no respite. Surely, I have put my trust in Allah, who is my Lord as well as your Lord, and there is not a moving, living creature, but he holds it by its forelock. Surely, my Lord is found by treading the straight road of truth and justice. If even then you turn away, I have literally brought you all those commandments with which I have been sent to you. And my Lord will appoint some other people in your place as your successors, and you can do him no harm at all. Surely, my Lord is the protector of everything. And when our command of torment came to pass, then we saved Hud and the believers with him because of our mercy, and we delivered them from severe punishment. And these are the people of Ad, who denied the revelations of their Lord and disobeyed their messengers and followed the dictates of every oppressive enemy of the truth. A curse was set to chase them in this world and will chase them on the day of resurrection as well. Bear in mind that the people of Ad denied their Lord. Beware, far away are the Ad, the people of Hud. And we sent to the people of Thamud their kinship brother Saleh alayhi salam. He said, O my people, worship Allah. You have no God apart from him. He is the one who raised you up from the earth and settled you therein. So beg his forgiveness and then turn to him in repentance. Surely my Lord is near, granting prayers. They said, O Saleh, only you have been the center of hopes amongst our people before this. Are you forbidding us to worship those idols which our forefathers used to worship? We are really caught in a disquieting doubt about the oneness of Allah, towards which you are calling us. Saleh said, O my people, just think, if I cling to a clear proof from my Lord, and I have been blessed with a special mercy from him, then after that, if I disobey him by holding back his commandments from you, then who can help me escape? Allah. Repeat that verse again. Verse 63 of Surah Hud. Saleh alayhi salam said, O my people, just think, if I cling to a clear proof from my Lord, and I have been blessed with a special mercy from him, then after that, if I disobey him by holding back his commandments from you, then who can help me escape from the torment of Allah? So you can add to me nothing except inflicting loss. And O my people, this is a peculiarly created she-camel of Allah, which is a sign for you. So leave her free to graze in Allah's earth, and do her no harm, lest an imminent torment should seize you. Then they slaughtered her. Saleh said, luxuriate in your abodes for 3 days. This is the promise which will become Allah. Then they hamstrung and slaughtered her. Saleh alayhi salam said, now luxuriate in your abodes only for 3 days. This is a promise which will never become untrue. Then when our command of torment came to pass, we saved Saleh and the believers with him through our mercy and from the humiliating of that day. Allahu Akbar. Verse 66, repeating that again. Then when our command of torment came to pass, we saved Saleh alayhi salam and the believers with him through our mercy, and also delivered them from the humiliation of that day. Surely your Lord alone is powerful, sovereign. And a dreadful blast overtook the wrongdoers, so morning found them dead, lying prone in their homes, as if they had never dwelled there. Remember, as if they have never dwelt there. Remember, the people of Thamud denied their Lord. Beware, far away are the people of Thamud. And indeed, our deputed angels came to Abraham alayhi salam, bearing glad tidings. They greeted him, saying, "Peace be upon you." And Abraham alayhi salam reciprocated, "Peace be upon you." Then he did not take any time and brought them a roasted calf out of hospitality. Then when Abraham saw that their hands did not stretch towards that dish, he took them as strangers and felt a little fear of them in his heart. They said, "Do not be afraid. We have been sent to the people of Lot alayhi salam." And his wife, who was standing, laughed. So we conveyed to his wife the glad tidings of the birth of Ishaq, Isaac alayhi salam, and beyond Ishaq of Yaqub, Jacob alayhi salam. She said, "Amazing! Shall I bear a child, whilst I have grown old, and my husband too is an old man? This is extremely astonishing indeed." The angel said, "Are you wondering at Allah's command? O people of the house, upon you are mercy and blessings of Allah. Indeed, He is praiseworthy, glorious." So when fear disappeared from Abraham alayhi salam and the glad tidings reached him, he disputed with our angels about the people of Lot alayhi salam. Assuredly, Abraham alayhi salam was most forbearing, sobbing, and submissive, and turning to us under all circumstances. The angel said, "O Abraham, leave off this matter. Surely the command of torment from your Lord has now come to pass, and the torment is about to seize them, which cannot be averted." And when our deputed angels visited Lot alayhi salam, he felt worried on their arrival, and on account of them his strength sank, and he said, "This is a day of great distress." The people of Lot alayhi salam, hearing about the arrival of the guests, came to him running, and they were already addicted to evil doing. Lot alayhi salam said, "O my disobedient people, here are my daughters. They are pure and lawful for you. So fear Allah, and do not humiliate me in the presence of my guests. Is there not amongst you even a single man of upright character?" They said, "You know well that we have nothing to do with your daughters, and you certainly know what we desire." Lot said, "Would that I had the power to resist you, or I could seek shelter in some unassailable fort." Thereupon the angels said, "O Lut alayhi salam, we are the messengers of your Lord. These people shall never be able to get at you. So leave during a part of the night with your family, and Lot..." Thereupon the angels said, "O Lut alayhi salam, we are the messengers of your Lord. These people shall never be able to get at you. So leave during a part of the night with your family, and let not any of you look back. But do not take your wife with you. The same torment that will come upon them is going to reach her too. Surely the time appointed for their torment is the morning, and is the morning not near?" Then when our command of chastisement came to pass, we turned the town. Then when our command of chastisement came to pass, we turned the town upside down, and we rained upon it stones and pebbles of baked clay, which incessantly teemed down, layer upon layer, which were marked by your Lord, and this torment of stones is not far away from the wrongdoers. And we sent to the people of Madian their kinship brother Shoaib alayhi salam. He said, "O my people, worship Allah. You have no God but He, and do not give short measure and weight. Indeed, I see you prosperous, but I fear for you the torment of a day which is about to encompass. And O my people, give full measure and full weight with justice, and do not give people their things less than their due, and do not spread destruction in the land by becoming mischief mongers. That which is left over from Allah's provision, only that is better for you, if you have faith. And I am not a guardian over you. They said, O Shoaib, does your prayer only command you that we forsake those gods which our fathers have been worshipping, or that we refrain from doing with our wealth what we like? Surely you alone must be the most tolerant and guided one. Shoaib alayhi salam said, O my people, tell me, if I adhere to the clear proof from my Lord, and he has also granted me pure and fine means of living from his presence, I do not want that, following you, I myself start doing against the truth the same that I am forbidding you. All I desire is to reform as far as I can, and my capability comes only from Allah's help. So I have put my trust in him alone, and I turn towards him alone. And O my people, let not your enmity and hostility against me incite you, due to which there comes upon you the torment that befell the people of Noah alayhi salam, or the people of Hud, or the people of Saleh, and the days of the people of Lot alayhi salam have not passed far before you. And seek forgiveness from your Lord, then turn to him in repentance. Indeed, my Lord is ever merciful, most loving. They said, O Shoaib, we do not understand most of your words, and we know you as a weak person in society. And were it not for your family, we would stone you. You enjoy no respect in our eyes. Shoaib alayhi salam said, O my people, is my family more venerable to you than Allah, and you have as if cast him behind your backs? Surely my Lord has encompassed your works. And O my people, keep working in your place. I am doing my work. Soon will you come to know whom that torment seizes, which will humiliate him, and who it is that is a liar. And wait, no. Allahu Akbar. I'll repeat that verse again, verse 93 of Surah Hud. And O my people, keep working in your place. I am doing my work. Soon will you come to know whom the torment seizes, which will humiliate him, and who it is that is a liar. And wait on, and I too wait along with you. And when our command came, we saved Shoaib alayhi salam and the believers with him through our mercy. But a dreadful blast seized the wrongdoers. So they reached the morning, laying prostrate on their homes. Sorry, I made a mistake again. I'll repeat that verse. And when our command of torment came, we saved Shoaib alayhi salam and the believers with him through our mercy. But a dreadful blast seized the wrongdoers. So they reached the morning, laying prostrate in their homes, as if they had never put up there. Listen, Madian are doomed, as were doomed Thamud. And indeed we sent Moses alayhi salam with our signs and a clear proof to Pharaoh and his chiefs. The chiefs of the people obeyed the command of Pharaoh, although Pharaoh's command was not right. On the day of resurrection, he will lead his people and will ultimately bring them down into the fire of hell. And how evil that place is to be ushered into. And the curse has been made to chase them in this world. And on the day of resurrection, what an evil gift has been bestowed upon them. O glorious messenger, that is some of the news we are relating to you of those towns, some of which still exist, and some were totally annihilated. And we do not wrong them. And we did not wrong them, but they themselves wronged their souls. So their false gods whom they worshipped besides Allah proved to them of no help when the command of the torment of your Lord came forth. And those gods could add only to their destruction and devastation. And that is how your Lord grips. He seizes the communities when they become tyrannous and corrupt. Surely his grip is agonizing and fierce. Indeed, These episodes contain lessons of warning for him who fears the chastisement of the last day. This day of rising is the day when entire mankind will be gathered together, and it is this day when all will be made present, and we are not deferring it, but for an appointed term. When that day comes, not a soul will be able to speak without his permission. Then some of them will be unfortunate and others fortunate. So those who will be unfortunate will be put into hell. There they will be given to screaming and wailing. They will abide in it till the heavens and the earth last, except as your Lord wills. Surely your Lord executes what he wills, and those who will be fortunate will be in paradise. They will abide in it forever, till the heavens and the earth, which will then exist, endure, except as your Lord wills. This is a bounty which will never be withdrawn. Say, Allah. So, O listener, do not have any doubt at all about those which they worship. They do not worship on the basis of any reason or insight, but they worship only as their ancestors have done continuously before. And certainly we will pay them their full share of torment, which will not be diminished in the least. And indeed we gave Moses alayhi salam the book. Then differences arose concerning it. And had there not been a decree from your Lord that hadn't gone forth before, the judgment between them would surely have been passed. And they are certainly caught in a disquieting doubt about it, the Quran. Your Lord will doubtlessly pay them in full for their works. He is certainly well aware of whatever they are doing. So remain firm-footed as you have been commanded. And he too, who has turned to Allah in your companionship. And, O people, do not revolt. Indeed, he monitors whatever you do. And incline not towards those who are engaged in oppression, lest the fire of hell should touch down at you. And there will be no protector for you apart from Allah. Then help, too, will not be extended to you. And establish prayer at the two ends of the day and in some parts of the night. Surely, good actions erase the evil ones. This is an admonition for those who accept admonition. And be steadfast. Surely, Allah does not let the reward of the pious go to waste. So why were there not amongst the communities that preceded you men of superior morality and wisdom? Would who? Allahu Akbar. I'll repeat that verse 116. So why were there not amongst the communities that preceded you men of superior morality and wisdom, who would stop people from mischief-mongering in the land, except a few of them, whom we delivered? And the unjust stuck to the same path of luxury and lustfulness they were addicted to, and they were regular criminals. And your Lord is not such that he would destroy the towns wrongfully, whilst their dwellers are pious. And had your Lord so willed, he would have made mankind one ummah. And these people will always hold divergent views, except for him on whom your Lord has bestowed his mercy, and that is what he has created them for. And the word of your Lord has been fulfilled. Surely I will fill hell with all the disbelieving jinn and men. And we are relating to you all the news of the messengers whereby we strengthen you. Allahu Akbar. Verse 102. And we are relating to you all the news of the messengers whereby we strengthen your most purified heart. And in this chapter there has come to you the truth and advice and a lesson of warning for the believers. And say to those who do not believe, work on in your place, and we are doing what our station demands. And wait on, we too are waiting. And all the unseen of the heavens and the earth belongs to Allah alone, and he is the one towards whom every act is returned. So keep worshipping him and keep trust in him alone. And your Lord is not unmindful of the deeds that all of you do. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. That was the end of Surah Hud, named after the Prophet. We move forward to Surah Yusuf, Joseph alayhi salam, named after the Prophet Joseph. This is Meccan. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, most compassionate, ever merciful. Alif Lam Ra. These are the verses of the illumining book. Verily, we have revealed it as a Quran in the Arabic language so that you comprehend. O beloved, we relate to you the best narrative by means of this Quran, which we have revealed to you, though you were unaware before this. Recall, when Joseph alayhi salam said to his father, O my venerable father, I have seen 11 stars, and the sun and the moon. I have seen them prostrating themselves before me. He said, O my son, do not relate your dream to your brothers, lest they should maneuver a plot against you. Surely, Satan is an open enemy to man. And in the same way, your Lord will choose you for a divine station, and will teach you how to infer conclusions, and will perfect his favor upon you and the house of Yaqub, Jacob, alayhi salam, as he perfected it upon your fathers, Abraham alayhi salam and Isaac alayhi salam. Indeed, your Lord is all-knowing, most wise. Surely, there are many signs in the parable of Joseph alayhi salam and his brothers for those who are inquisitive. Recall, when the brothers of Joseph alayhi salam said, certainly Joseph and his brothers are dearer to our father than we are. Allah. I'll repeat that verse again. Made a mistake there. Recall, when the brothers of Joseph alayhi salam said, certainly Joseph and his brother are dearer to our father than we are, whereas we are a stronger party. No doubt our father is lost in an evident ecstasy. Kill Joseph alayhi salam, or banish him to some distant, unknown place. Your father's attention will be focused purely on you, and after that you will become a group of righteous people. A negotiator from amongst them said, do not kill Joseph. Rather, lower him down at the bottom of a deep, dark well. Some traveler will pick him up and carry him away, if you are up to something. They said, O our father, what has happened to you, that you do not trust us in the case of Joseph, whilst we are certainly his well-wishers? Send him with us tomorrow. He will eat lavishly and play, and certainly we are his guards. He said, this idea indeed makes me sad, that you take him along, and I am also afraid of this idea that some wolf may devour him, whilst you are careless of his safeguard. They said, if the wolf devours him, whilst we, a strong party, too are present, then we are inept losers. Then, when they took him along and all agreed to throw him into some deep, dark well, we revealed to him, do not worry, a time will come when you will certainly remind them of this affair of theirs, and they will not have the sense. Take a few seconds for the azan break. turn to verse 15 and start from there. Then, when they took him along and all agreed to throw him into some deep dark well, we revealed to him, do not worry. A time will come when you will certainly remind them of this affair of theirs, and they will not have the sense. And throwing Joseph ﷺ into the well, they came to their father at night weeping. They said, O our father, we went racing with one another and left Jacob. Allah. They said, O our father, we went racing with one another and left Joseph ﷺ with our belongings. Then a wolf devoured him, but you will not believe us, even though we are truthful. And they produced Joseph ﷺ's shirt, smeared with false blood, said, but your jealous, ill-commanding selves have made a colossal task easy and pleasant looking for you. So better it is to be steadfast over this tragedy, and I seek only Allah's help against whatever you are narrating. And there came a caravan of travelers. They sent their water drawer, so he lowered his bucket into the well, and he exclaimed, good news, here is a boy. And they hid him, regarding him a valuable trade item. And Allah knows well the activities they were busy doing. And Joseph's brothers, who had returned to the site, showed him as their deserter servant, and sold him to the same caravan for a low price, a few dirhams, because the travelers were already disinterested in buying him. And the man in Egypt who purchased him, named Kashif, the finance minister of the king of Egypt, Riyan bin Walid, commonly known as Aziz of Egypt, said to his wife, Zulaykha, make his stay honorable. He may bring us profit, or we may adopt him as a son. Thus we established Joseph and strengthened his position in the land of Egypt, so that we might teach him how to infer from the events. And Allah is the master of his work, but most people do not know. And when he created his full manhood, and when he reached his full manhood, we endowed him with the judgment of prophethood and the knowledge of the interpretation. Allahu Akbar. I'll repeat that verse again, verse 22. And when he reached his full manhood, we endowed him with the judgment of prophethood and the knowledge of the interpretation of dreams. And this is how we bless the pious with reward. And the woman, Zulaykha, in whose house he was putting away. And the woman, Zulaykha, in whose house he was putting up, sought intensely to seduce him. And she bolted the doors as well, and said, come, make haste, I ask you. Joseph said, I seek Allah's refuge. Surely, he, your husband, is my master. He has kept me most honorably. Indeed, the wrongdoers will not prosper. Joseph refused, but she, Zulaykha, had definitely made up her mind for him, and he too might have resolved had he not seen the clear sign of his Lord. It was like that we might keep both affliction and indecency away from him. Assuredly, he was of our chosen exalted servants. And they both ran, one behind the other, towards the door, and she tore his shirt from behind, and both found her husband, Aziz of Egypt, at the door. She immediately said, what can be the punishment for him who intends to commit indecency with your wife, except that he should be put in prison or be given painful torment? Joseph said, indeed, in truth, it was she herself who sought to seduce me for her purpose, and in the meanwhile, one of her household bore witness. If his shirt is torn from the front, then she has spoken the truth, and he is of the liars. But if his shirt is torn from the behind, then she is a liar, and he is of the truthful. Then when he, Aziz of Egypt, saw his shirt and found it torn from behind, he said, this is the craft of you women. Certainly, your womencraft is highly dangerous. O Joseph ﷺ, ignore it and ask forgiveness for your sin. Surely it is you who are of the sinful. I'll repeat that verse for clarity, along with the bracketed text for explanation. Verse 29 of Surah Yusuf, Joseph alayhi salam. O Joseph, ignore it, and O Zulekha, ask forgiveness for your sin. Surely it is you who are of the sinful. And some women of the elite class in the city began to say, the wife of Aziz seeks to seduce her slave boy for her purpose. The love for him has gone deep into her heart. We surely see her in manifest error. So when she, Zulekha, heard their deceitful talk, she sent for them and arranged a meeting for them, and gave each one of them a knife and requested, Joseph, walk out before them. So when they glanced at Joseph and saw his dazzling beauty, they began to exalt the charm of his ecstatic beauty, and in a dazed state cut their hands instead of the fruits served to them. And having seen him, they exclaimed spontaneously, God save us! This is not a human being. He must be some exalted angel. Zulekha's trick worked. She spoke at this juncture. It is this you have been reproaching me for. It is no doubt I who sought to seduce him, but he remained firmly upright and did not yield. And if even now he does not do what I bid him, he will surely be put into prison and will certainly be disgraced. By now the elite Egyptian women too had agreed to Zulekha's viewpoint. Hearing them, Joseph alayhi salam submitted, O my Lord, the prison is far dearer to me than what these women are inviting me to. And if you do not turn away their craft from me, I shall incline towards their words and shall become of the unwise. So his Lord granted him the prayer and removed the women craft from him. Surely he is the one who is all hearing, all knowing. Then even after seeing the signs of Joseph's decency and righteousness, they deemed it appropriate to imprison him for a time. And with him 2 young men also entered the prison. One of them said, I have seen myself pressing wine from grapes. And the other said, I have seen myself in a dream that I am carrying bread on my head with birds picking at it. O Joseph, tell us its interpretation. Surely we see you as one of the spiritually excellent. Joseph alayhi salam said, the food which is served to you daily will not have yet come to you when I shall inform both of you about its interpretation before its coming to you. This interpretation is of those branches of knowledge that my Lord has taught me. Verily, I have rejected the religion of the people who do not believe in Allah, and they deny the hereafter as well, and I follow the deen of my father and forefathers, Ibrahim alayhi salam, Ishaq alayhi salam, and Yaqub, Jacob alayhi salam. And we have no right to associate anything as a partner with Allah. This is a special bounty of Allah upon us and the people, but most people do not give thanks. O my 2 companions of the prison, say, are many separate gods better, or one Allah who dominates and controls all? In fact, you worship none besides Allah, except a few names which you and your forefathers have forged. Allah has not sent down any authority for them. Judgment rests with Allah alone. He alone has commanded that you worship none but Him. This is the straight path, but most people do not know. O my 2 companions of the prison, one of you is that he will serve wine to his master, the king, and as for the other, he will be crucified, and then birds will pick at his head. The judgment has been given about which you have asked. And Joseph alayhi salam said to the one whom he believed to be released, mention me to your king. But Satan made him forget to mention to his king, and consequently Joseph alayhi salam remained in prison for several years. And one day the king said, I have beheld in a dream 7 fat cows, whom 7 lean cows are devouring. And I have beheld 7 green ears of corn, and 7 others dry. O courtiers, explain to me the implication of my dream, if you know the interpretation of dreams. They said, these are confused dreams, and we do not know the interpretation of confused dreams. And one of the two prisoners who had been released, and now after a long time remembered his promise to Joseph ﷺ, said, I shall tell you its interpretation, so send me to Joseph. Reaching the prison, he said, O Joseph ﷺ, the embodiment of truth, explain to us the interpretation that there are 7 fat cows, whom 7 lean ones are devouring, and there are 7 green ears of corn, and 7 others which are dry, so that I may return to the people, and that they may realize. Joseph ﷺ said, you will cultivate as usual, consecutively for 7 years. So whatever you reap, keep it in storage, leaving the grains in the ears, except a small quantity for your consumption. Then after this, there will come 7 hard years of drought, which will consume that store which you will have laid up for... Allahu Akbar. I'll repeat that verse again, verse 48. Then after this, there will come 7 hard years of drought, which will consume that store which you will have laid up for these years, except a small quantity, which you will keep in reserve. Then, following this, will come a year during which people will be blessed with plenty of rain, and they will press juices of fruits that year. And hearing this interpretation, the king said, bring Joseph ﷺ to me immediately. So when the messenger reached Joseph, he said to him, go back to your king and ask him, what is the state of those women now who cut their hands? Surely, my Lord knows their craft well. The king called all the women, including Zulaikha, and said, Allahu Akbar. The king called all the women, including Zulaikha, and asked, what happened to you when you all attempted to seduce Joseph, to turn him away from righteousness? They all uttered, Allah save us. We have not noticed any evil in Joseph. The wife of Aziz spoke. The truth has now become evident. It was I who sought to seduce him for my purpose, and it is surely he who is truthful. Joseph ﷺ said, I have done so that he, Aziz of Egypt, who has been my master and benefactor, may know that I have not betrayed his trust in his absence. And surely Allah lets not the plots of those who betray trusts prove successful. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. That was chapter 12, part 12 of the glorious Quran. Thank you for being a part. Everyone that was here at one point, who is here right now, and who will listen to this in the future, thank you so very much for being a part. May you be rewarded for this just as much, if not more, as me. And as always, may Allah be pleased with us, and may we be worthy of His pleasure. Jazakallah once again. Thank you for being a part. See you next time. Allah Hafiz.